They are dancing on the hood of separation. Ramananda is giving pacifying words to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Fate Moram. Mahaprabhu's condition of separation. Sometimes Mahaprabhu on the walls of Gambhira, he's rubbing his mouth against the wall and his mouth is becoming red. Sometimes with his nails he's scratching the ground. Sarup Damodar is asking, "Oh Prabhu, what are you doing?" He's saying Krishna is hiding here under the ground. And Sarup Damodar replies, "Krishna is in your heart." Hearing this, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, why is he not coming out? With his fingernails, he's scratching his chest. In this condition of Divya Numad, Mahaprabhu is feeling separation. Just like Uddhav went to Vrindavan and in separation of Krishna, he saw the Brajvasis, and especially in separation, seeing Srimati Radhika's separation. In the same way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, taking the mood of Srimati Radhika, feeling this separation, crying day and night. Sometimes Chaitanya Mahaprabhu he used to jump over the walls of the compound he was in, and seeing the ocean and thinking it to be Jamuna, he used to dive into the water. This has been described. Sometimes Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, where the cows, the remnants of Jagannath's prasad from washing the pots, Mahaprabhu used to go there and become like a tortoise. Do you understand? Like a tortoise, withdrawing his limbs inside his body and making sounds, grr, grr. And the cows there, they used to lick the body of Mahaprabhu. This has been described, this Divya Unumad Dasha condition, Srimati, the transcendental madness of Srimati Radhika. Shukadeva Goswami Pad, in only 10 shlokas, he described in the form of Brahma Gita. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna in the mood of Srimati Radhika, being separation, feeling separation from Krishna, not seen in the past or will be in the future. How he was feeling separation from Srimati Radhika. Srimati Radhika feeling such intense separation from Krishna. Radha, Lalita, Vishaka. could not tolerate the separation from Krishna. The poison of separation, that intense fever, high fever of separation. That fever of separation from Krishna. At that time, Srimati Radhika is speaking and nobody could understand what she was saying. Oh Sakhi, it doesn't seem like Krishna will return. He said he will come back day after tomorrow. He said if go for a few moments, but he didn't come back for many years. Srimati Radhika is saying, do one thing, O Sakhis. After my leaving the body, put my body on the tamal tree. Such moods of separation. After my death, put my body on the tamal tree. There are other trees in Vrindavan. Why the tamal tree? Srimati Radhika is saying, this is the body of Krishna. I have faith that Krishna, he will come here. Purnamasi, she said, Krishna always speaks the truth. When he left Vrindavan to Mathura, I am going today, tomorrow I will kill Kansa and then return the day after. And this is the condition of separation. Srimati Radhika is saying, put my body on the tamal tree. I have faith that when Krishna returns, when his hands touching my body, touching this tree, my life airs will return to my body. This Bengali Kirtan very nicely describes this. Srimati Radhika is saying, certainly this high fever of separation put my body on this tamal tree. And this Bengali Kirtan very beautifully describes this mood. Don't burn the body, don't burn my body, Srimati Radhika is saying. Don't put it in the water. Then what should it do? Put it on the tamal tree. After leaving my body, my life leaves my body, then put my body on the tamal tree. This tamal tree is actually Krishna. Srimati Radhika is thinking like this. Saying these few words, she faints, and then coming back into consciousness. Then again, Srimati Radhika says, "O Lalita, when my life airs leave my body, I'm chanting the name of Krishna, Krishna. At least the names of Krishna will enter my ear," Srimati Radhika is saying. In this way, she was speaking words that could not be understood. When my life airs leave my body, that sand put my body on the banks of the river Jamuna, where my body will touch the sand where Krishna walked, and write the name of Krishna on my body. And then put a tulsi leaf on my body. In this Bengali Kirtan, it is written, these moods are being described. Mahaprabhu is immersed in these moods. Swarup Damodar Rai Ramananda was seeing Mahaprabhu. And seeing this, Mahaprabhu's separation mood increased more and more. They were saying to Swarup Damodar and Rai Ramananda, "Why do you come here? When Mahaprabhu sees you, he's not pacified. He's even more and more in this mood of separation. If somebody is crying, what should you do? You should try and pacify them." Don't know who is saying this. Govinda, Mahaprabhu's servant, is saying this to Rai Ramananda and Swarup Damodar. Why do you come here? When you speak of this pastimes, Mahaprabhu feels even more and more pain. It's Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the mood of Srimati Radhika and tasting these high moods of separation. Sometimes Mahaprabhu's body was elongated. Sometimes his body was like a tortoise, like round form. Acharyas have described this intense, deep mood of separation. Unumad Dasha. This prem Who can describe this love? This love that we talk about in this world, what is that? It's just lust. The words, the definition of love in this world is lust. But in the transcendental realm, this prem, this love in the spiritual world is exclusively for the pleasure of Krishna. So it is said in this shloka. This is the nature of love, meeting and separation. And how these moods are increasing, just like the waves of the ocean cross over the wave before it, and all these moods of bhav savalya, bhav sambandhi. Do you understand? Bhav utpatti, and something you can experience. When from Ekadashi to Purnima, and from Dwadashi to Amavasya, on the banks of the ocean, you will see the waves of the ocean are so high. When you see like at Jagannath Puri, from Ekadashi to Purnima, and from Ekadashi to Amavasya, the waves of the ocean are so high. One wave jumps over another wave, and making the crashing sound as it hits the shore of the ocean. When I remember being with Gurudev, we were at Jagannath Puri, I'm remembering Singadia, in the house of Singadia, just on the bank, shore of the ocean, hearing the sounds of the wave crashing on the shore. Sometimes when the sky is dark, full of clouds, and the wind is blowing, and the sound of the ocean, and the sounds of it makes whirlpool. Gurudev was residing on the veranda of, and watching this scene, how the moods, meaning our acharyas are saying, describing this love, prem, in different stages, bhav utpatti, bhav savalya, one mood, one surpasses the one before it, bhav sandhi, one mood meets another mood, and jumps over another mood. Bhav sandhi, when one mood meets another mood. One wave is coming and another wave behind it. one after another. This comparison is made. And at some point it becomes completely quiet. Bhav Shanta. In this way, in the heart of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, these moods are expressing themselves. Who can understand? Only Swarup Damodar and Rai Ramananda. In the condition of Srimati Radhika's separation, they are not different from Lalita and Vishakha. Srimati Radhika is feeling this intense separation. It's like Mahaprabhu was experiencing in Gambhira, in the presence of Swarup Damodar Rai Ramananda. By beautiful kirtans of Vidyapati and Chandidas, they used to recite the shlokas from these kirtans. Rai Ramananda from his Jagannath Vallabh Natak. And Mahaprabhu's feeling of separation used to increase more and more. There's so much pleasure in the feeling of separation. It's not possible to describe. Externally it seems that there's so much experience of pain, but internally there's so much pleasure. And sometimes externally laughing, but internal feeling so much pain. Srimati Radhika's feeling of separation, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's feeling of separation. Srimati Radhika tells to her Sakhis, Krishna is not going to come back. Why have I maintained my life that one day Krishna will return, for sure. Like this, Srimati Radhika looking at the sky and saw the one crow passing by in the direction of Mathura. Srimati Radhika, seeing that crow, said, "Oh, you're going to Mathura. Please give one message to the king of Mathura." He didn't say the name of Krishna. Mathuradish. Please give him one message from me. When there is a fire in the cowshed, what is the duty of the cowherd man? We should open the doors of the cowshed, and those cows which are bound by ropes, the ropes should be cut. Meaning, Srimati Radhika is saying, in this Braj, the fire of separation in this Braj, which is surrounding, is blazing. Krishna must come and just say, or give a message. Oh Srimati Radhika, oh Gopis, why are you in this mood of great pains? You should know that I will return. This rope that is around our neck, that is also around the neck of the cows, that should be cut. Meaning, when you left Vrindavan to Mathura, you said you would come the day after tomorrow. This is the rope that is tying our necks. Saying this, Srimati Radhika becomes unconscious and faints, and at that time Lalita and Vishaka give some pacifying words to Srimati Radhika. This has been described in Ujjwal Nilamani. Srila Rupa Goswami Pad describes what is this prem, what is this love? Oh Krishna, you don't know anything about this word prem. In this Bengali Kirtan, Moria Hoiba Ami. Who is saying? Srimati Radhika is saying this. In my next life, I will be Krishna. And you will become Radha. I will be Krishna and you will be Radha. And then I will have loving affection towards you. Then you will know what it is like to be in love, and that when separated from the lover, how the beloved is suffering in the fire of separation. They cannot forget each other. In this material love, sometimes we forget, but in the spiritual, transcendental realm, this is not possible. Srimati Radhika said, you will become Radha and I will become Krishna. When you go to Yamuna to fill water, I will play my flute. Then you will know what power is in your flute playing. And that's why Brajvasis sing this Kirtan. Oh Krishna, you are a common cowherd boy. You're not very intelligent. You have no discrimination. Early in the morning, late at night, you play your flute indiscriminately. In the morning, at least we can have some peaceful rest, but you play your flute. And sometimes in the middle of the night, whenever you desire, you play your flute. But this is not appropriate. In the common people, they see the devotees playing kartals and gong and mridanga early in the morning, disturbing us. What are they doing? They don't have any other business. Nothing. 4 o'clock in the morning, they're playing their music. And they are lighting the fire. It's called Dhavana, Sansara Dhavana. They're setting on fire the material world. Yadavana Nanalida Loka Tanaya Karana Kanakanatam Pratasya Kalyana Gunanavasya Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindan. And there's nothing else to do. They're disturbing the locals around. This is the way of the Gaudiyas. At least let us sleep peacefully. They don't have any business, these brahmacharis and sannyasis, waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning. Srimati Radhika is saying this is the condition of separation. This is a Kirtan of Vidyapati or Chandidas, and this mood. Srimati Radhika is trying to say, "Oh Krishna, you don't have any understanding of this, what this love is. Is it a cause of happiness or a cause of distress? Is it cooling or is it as blazing as a fire?" In Brihad Bhagavatamrita, what is this love? Innumerable universes, the fire of innumerable universes put together cannot. It is as intense as the fire of innumerable universes ablaze. Just like also the ice that is in all the universes put together, the cold of that cannot be described. At the same time, both this fire and this cold together, that's why it is said, like poison and nectar combined together. We cannot imagine, you cannot understand what that is in the transcendental realm, and how much pleasure, and at the same time how much pain. We see the Vaishnavas crying externally, but inside their heart there is so much bliss, so much pleasure in their heart. Why? Krishna is Vishay Vigraha and Radha is Ashray Vigraha. These are beautiful moods described here. Like it is pressed between two things. like we described yesterday, this amalgam, combination of two substances put together and then put into fire. This is the condition of transcendental love. It is not possible to separate. At that time, this love is spontaneous and natural. This Sadharani Rati, Samanjasa and Samartha Rati. This Samartha Rati is exclusively allotted to the gopis. Going to Kubja in Mathura. The second, Samanjasa Rati, and the queens of Dwarka. And then you'll get, if you go there, you'll get the stamp of Dwarka. Just like we described there in Vrindavan, there were two brothers. They were performing their sadhana and bhajan on the banks of Radhakund for 50 years. They were chanting the mantras and Naam. Then one party of travelers came and they were going to Dwarka. The elder brother said, I will not go. Don't know how long or much I will stay alive. But the younger brother was thinking, so many years I've been here on the bank of Radhakund. Let's go and visit Dwarka. To get some, relaxation, some fresh mind. And then the younger brother left with the travelers to Dwarka for 1 or 2 months, and then returned, and then tried to perform his sadhana and bhajan again on the bank of Radhakund. But his mind was not still, restless. Then he told his elder brother, when I was here, before I left for Dwarka, as soon as I was meditating on the pastimes of Srimati Radhika, then she would appear in front of me, and then my mind was excited and enthused. But then after coming back from Dwarka, my mind is restless and not still. What is the cause of this? And then his brother at that time said, that's because you went to Dwarkapuri. You got the stamp of Rukmani and Satyabhama. That's why Srimati Radhika is not coming before you. Hearing this, the younger brother became very saddened. Saying separation of Srimati Radhika, he left his body. In this story you will find in Bhajan Rasya. And these 3 types of Rati, one in Mathura with Kubja, it's called Sadharani Rati, and in the queens of Dwarka Samanjas Rati. And that Rati in Vrindavan of Srimati Radhika, Samartha Rati. That Rati which controls Krishna. This faith is there that Krishna will return because he is bound by my love. Nirantaram prati visrikrita nandane prakarishi aham vipakadakshivaja yopane pramodamana mandite priyanuraga ranjite kalavilasya pandite ananya danya pancharaja ovide. Krishna imagined to be like an elephant, to control this maddened elephant. There is only one solution. Krishna in Vaikuntha, in the form of Narayan, but Lakshmi cannot control him. And in Krishna in Dwarka, staying with the queens, but the queens Satyabhama and Rukmini cannot control Krishna. But Srimati Radhika and the gopis, just by their sidelong glance, can control Krishna. So Prabhupada Saraswati is describing, has described Radha Rasa Sudana, Krishna's flute. Venu Karanita Patitam. Just Srimati Radhika's sidelong glance, that flute falls from Krishna's hands. Venu Karanita Patitam. Krishna's yellow upper garment falls by itself. And by Srimati Radhika's sidelong glance, Krishna becomes unconscious. Such a beautiful description. Just that flute which is not separated from Krishna even for a moment is now, by Srimati Radhika's sidelong glance, very easily slips from his hands. Gungati. Srimati Radhika just lifting her veil just slightly, and with a sidelong glance and biting her lips. Srimati Radhika's sidelong glance, Krishna becomes bewildered. That Krishna who defeats Kamadev, Cupid, this challenge between Kamadev and Krishna. Kamadev is challenging Krishna. Nobody is able to calm them from my clutches. Kamadev is thinking that Krishna is an ordinary child performing Ras Leela with the gopis. Kamadev came to Krishna and challenged him. And Krishna said, okay, you want to fight? Where do you want to fight? Where? In the arena. Do you want in the wrestling arena, or where? Where do you want to fight? Where? On the banks of the Jamuna, in the open field. And Krishna said, very nice. Kamdev said, I have bow and arrow. In that quiver I have 5 arrows. I have only, but Krishna said, only 1 flute. Krishna took his very beautiful three-bend form, and Kamadev released his 5 arrows all at once. And just seeing Krishna's beautiful three-bend form, Kamadev was defeated and became unconscious. Stay here, unconscious, Krishna said. Not until I've completed my ras dance with the gopis. You should stay here, unconscious. What Krishna is known, therefore, as Manmata. That's why the Ras Leela is called Kam Vijay Leela, the pastime that conquers over material lust. The ordinary Kamadev. That same Krishna who is able to conquer this Kamadev is conquered by the sidelong glance of Srimati Radhika. In the shloka that Prabhupada Saraswati recites, in the Srimad Bhagavatam, Sutta Goswami is reciting in front of Shaunaka Rishi in Dwarkapuri that the queens of Dwarka, Rukmini and Satyabhama, experience Kamadev seeing these queens of Dwarka, he becomes unconscious. This Satyabhama and Rukmini are all expansions of Srimati Radhika's moods. So the Goswami is saying to Shaunaka Rishi and other sages how Rukmini and Satyabhama's beautiful forms, they are like the waves of the ocean. Their moods are rising and falling like the waves of the ocean. Their beautiful smiling faces. And that Kamdev seeing faints. But even with their beautiful smiling faces and a beautiful appearance and attire cannot completely captivate Krishna. These beautiful moods, but in Vrindavan, What are the gopis doing? Just by their sidelong glance, they control Krishna. This has been described, and Prabodhananda Saraswati describes further and further, and even more Rupa Goswami, even more, and describing these beautiful moods to a higher and highest level. Just one shlok again and again. These 5 arrows, what are they? What are these 5 arrows in the Gayatri? This Roop, Ras, Gandha, Sparsha, these 5 elements: form, smell, taste, touch, all are captivated. Srimati Radhika's beautiful form captivates Krishna. And these Pancha Sar, 5 essential elements. Srimati Radhika's sweet voice, Srimati Radhika's form captivates Krishna. That's why she's called Gandha Unmadani, the fragrance from Srimati Radhika's body. Krishna becomes Unmadin. That's why Srimati Radhika is called Gandha Unmadita Radha. When Krishna smells Srimati Radhika's bodily fragrance, he becomes completely maddened and intoxicated. In this great festival of Rasa, Utsav, Krishna cannot control himself. He holds the neck of Srimati Radhika to stabilize himself. There's no comparison to the women of this material world. There's no comparison. In Swargalok, in heavenly planets, these beautiful damsels, Rambha and others, very beautiful women of the heavenly planets, the Apsaras. They cannot control Krishna. Even in Vaikuntha, Lakshmi Devi is not capable of attracting Krishna. From their bodily effulgence, the fragrance is like lotus flowers. In this great festival of Ras, how the gopis, they control Krishna by their these elements of touch, smell, sight, hearing, and these have been described as the different categories of prem. These 5 arrows of Kamadev, do you remember what they are? Akarshan, Uchat, Sanmohan. These are beautifully described. We will get some, if we describe these, we will have some material conception arising. We can read these things, but we cannot speak about them. If you hear these being described, then people will think, what is this? Are you mad? This person must be mad. Then if you want to know more, Jewels of the Heart, then read Jewels of the Heart. Time is going on. Very nicely described. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Srimati Radhika's love is the Sadhya Siromani, the highest goal of our sadhana. How can we attain the highest perfection? How can we attain these, attain or understand these high moods of Srimati Radhika? Rayanand says, if you inspire us in our heart, then accordingly we can make progress. Your desire is everything. What is right, what is wrong, I don't know. As you inspire us in the heart, Nityananda becoming very humble. You are the speaker and also the listener. You are just using me as an instrument. You are yourself hearing. You yourself are speaking. You are the speaker and the listener. What you showed and what you taught, we cannot attain our goal without sadhan, performing sadhan. That goal cannot be achieved without performing some sadhan, some practice. And by your mercy, all the rasas amongst all rasas, we cannot taste them without some form of sadhana. We try and taste the highest mellows of this Kanta ras. Ka anta. Anta means end. That ras which is endless. Like in this material world, everything is limited. But in the transcendental realm, everything is unlimited. There is no end. Krishna is Anta, Kanta, endless. Ka Anta, where is the end? There is no end. In this ocean of Prem, it is endless, it is fathomless, it is bottomless. As much as you dive deep, you will get deeper and deeper, and you will see such treasures. In the same way, in the ocean of divine transcendental love, you dive into that ocean by performing bhajan and sadhan. You will experience and have realization, and jewels will manifest. This you cannot attain these through dasya, sakhya, vatsalya. Only in madhurya ras. Bahut sundar, very nice. This is being described in the commentaries of Jiva Goswami Pad. Meaning, Dasya Sakhya Vatsal Sadhak, they cannot attain or experience this high level of Madhurya Gopi Bhav. until you get the Gopi mantra, you cannot experience this. It's not possible to attain. Taste the mellows of Srimati Radhika's moods. One has to become absorbed in these moods. And so Rupa Goswami Pad in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu Sarita. How Rupa Goswami describes how one should stay in Braj. Looking for this verse, how one should stay in Braj. The shloka Anusarita. Anusarita Braj. No. Just forgot. Rupena Chatrahi. Sarita. Sataka Rupena, Siddha Rupena, Seva Sadhaka Rupena, in the form of sadhak, by chanting regularly, and internally in our constitutional form, serving the divine couple, our object of worship, Anusarita, under guidance. Or in association. Being immersed in that katha, Hari Katha. Siddharupena Chatrahi Adavatam Anusarita. No, these moods, we should reside in Braj. How we can attain this service like Raghunath Goswami in Vilap Kushmanjali. In this, to attain this Manjari Bhav, we have this enthusiasm. By attaining the service to the lotus feet of Srimati Radhika. Raghunath Das Goswami, Acharya Rupanuga, performing this bhajan and becoming absorbed. The high-class devotee becomes absorbed in samadhi, controlling the mind and senses, and samanadhi is samadhi, samanadhi, meaning to samanadhikaran. You become very happy in this absorption, just like when somebody is reciting the Ramayana, he glorifies Hanuman and describes Hanuman's activities, and becoming so absorbed in describing Hanuman as he jumps over the ocean to Lanka, and the speaker, the reciter, describing this pastime. Then in this assembly, next day, describing Dashrath Maharaj's separation from Lord Ramchandra, how Dashrath Maharaj calling out Haram, 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 left the body. In this realm of divine love, mine and yours, you are mine or I am yours. This is very difficult to attain, this mamata, possessiveness. We should perform our sadhana and bhajan under the guidance of and in the association of the Brajavasis. Our goal is to become avesh, absorbed, and enthusiasm, eagerness. These two very important qualities. We have to become absorbed. In the ordinary realm, material realm, this example is given. One gold merchant, he used to sit at his shop he has to sit at his shop to make money. He would not leave the shop. He was totally absorbed in his business, the gold trader. He could not afford any time. One day he became very sick and he had a high fever. He did not want to leave his shop. His son came and said, "Go and rest, go home and go and rest. I will take care of the shop." But no, that gold trader, he came to such a high level of fever. He was lying in his shop. He would not leave the shop. He was so attached to the shop. The son took his pulse and taking his pulse, insane. His fever has come so high fever. what the gold trader is thinking. The price of gold has increased so much. The doctor is saying his fever is so high, so high. It's going higher and higher. Taking his pulse. But he's thinking the price of gold is going up and up. And in that condition, that, oh my son, sell. The rate is gold. Sell, sell, sell. And then thinking like this, he left his body. Go Pramanande. In this way, absorbed in Raganuga Bhakti, being absorbed, it's becoming absorbed in this Hari Avishtata, and absorption and eagerness, Utkantha and Avishtata. Avish. These two things in Raganuga Bhakti we need. Giving the example of the gold trader. This eagerness. One disciple told his guru, "You keep reciting and telling us about this Utkantha. What is this Utkantha? I can't understand. What is this?" Gurudev, come tomorrow. We'll come. We go to the river to take bath. The next day, both disciple and guru, the disciple slowly came towards his guru. Then Gurudev grabbed his neck and put him under the water. But after 2-4 seconds, he brought him up, and then the disciple came up to take breath. This is Utkantha. Do you understand? No, I don't understand. When you were down in the water, what did you want at that time? What were you thinking? What were you thinking? I only want one thought. How can I take this breath? Hari Lal ki jai. Utkantha. How can we attain Govinda? We should have this eagerness, absorption. These two things, Avesh and Utkantha. Just like one person who is drowning under the water, he wants to take his breath back, get his breath back. When this kapha and pitta come to the same level, kapha, pitta, the condition of kapha, vata, pitta, these elements of the body become separated. It's not easy to maintain one's life. This is kapha, vata, pitta. Kapha, vata and pitta. My mind, in the form of the swan, king of swans, may my mind reside at the fragrance of your lotus feet. My body is able at the moment. I can listen and hear. I can, but at the time of death, it's not so easy. In this shloka, Kavi Shekhar at the time of death, your kapha, vata and pitta will become stuck in your throat. You will not be able to speak. One line, one word at a time. First word, Krishna. I have forgotten because I have not recited the shlokas. But just remembering a small part, then the rest can come. If you recite, you will become very happy. Bihari Lal ki jai, Jai Shri Radhe. Try to remember these shlokas. My king of swans. In my mind, in the form of the king of all swans, may it take the fragrance from your lotus feet, lotus-like feet. If you don't perform bhajan in this age, when will you perform your bhajan sadhana? When you get old, you cannot perform bhajan. Kaviraj is teaching us it's not possible to perform this sadhan bhajan in old age. Do it now, when you can. Tavan Bihari Lal ki jai, Jai Shri Gurudev ki jai. Remember Harikatha. You knows when you will leave this body. So many have come, so many have gone. It's true or not? Hear Harikatha, Kirtan. I'll speak for 2 or 3 hours, nobody will be left here. Shri Radhe. Do Hari Kirtan. Do go and preach. Yes? If you don't read, if you eat, you will burp. If you don't eat, then how will you burp? How will you digest? Jai. Malpura. Pre-packed Malpura. श्री गुरुदेव की जय। श्री राधे कृष्ण बलराम प्रभु।